Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we are going with the Denver Broncos as our rebuild team. They're currently 3-8. As you know, injuries off, all that fun stuff. I haven't fixed the depth chart yet. I'm just gonna make a couple quick changes as Drew Lock goes up to number 1 wide receiver. Antonio Callaway I brought in because he is a free agent technically, but I'm gonna put him at 6 for now to serve out his suspension. I know it's a fantasy style. I can do whatever the hell I want. But we're just going to do that for just a little bit more sensibility here. Brought in Tim Williams off a practice squad. Brought Sayu Cravens back. Kind of want to start Will Parks, but I know he's a free agent after this year, so we're not going to. Brian Bowdy Calhoun we brought in. And then I think that's about it. We brought in another wide receiver, Emmanuel Hall. Just going to leave most of the stuff what it's supposed to be, as this is, they're part of the thing, so I don't really care all that much. I'm just going to let the season simulate out, so I will see you guys at the playoffs, and then we will go to off-season, because we're not making it, even if we went out. And, of course, as you know, we lost. We did not make the playoffs at 5-11. Hopefully that still gets us like a top 10 pick. Joe Flacco was a bum, of course, but then again, we had Drew Lock playing the last couple games. He did not do bad for the last couple games. I would like throw percentage, completion percentage to go up, but other than that, I think that's perfectly fine. 7-5. Lindsey had an okay year, so did Freeman. Behind a bad O line, you can't really get much. Sutton had a good year on low catches, too. Numbers will be a little screwy as these are real life numbers, so sacks are down, but then again, they will be. Bradley Chubb won't have many sacks because he was injured for most of the season. McManus was fine. Wadman was fine. Not really going to check stats too far in depth, so I will see you guys at the off season. So we are at the off season. We have some upgrades to do. Just going to auto upgrade everybody. And the 3 top guys are basically guys that are probably not going to be here within the next couple years. Justin Simmons says superstar. I don't know if he has that now currently in Madden, but if he does, then whatever. If not, then he has it now. Only people I'm looking to bring back right now is Simmons and Harris, which are going to be 2 expensive contracts, which is not going to feel great. Going to bring Harris back on a 3-year deal, so that at the end of the 3rd year, we can probably trade him away. Simmons we're just going to bring back on a 7-year deal. Hopefully he signs this. Yep. Derek Wolfe, just not interested in bringing back. He is 30 years old. Will Parks isn't going to develop correctly, and then everybody else will not develop correctly as well. The only person I'd be interested in is Elijah Wilkinson, but he is 25 and he has normal. If he had star, I would very much consider it. Everybody else I'm going to let walk. I realized that I didn't technically mess with the free agents that we brought in contracts, so they are technically letting walk as well. So, okay, quick rundown of negotiations. Kareem Hunt, Logan Ryan, Jordan Howard, Jamie Collins, Philip Dorsett, Trevathan Robinson, Bradley Roby, Will Parks, Hargraves, Malik Collins, Ogba, Lynch, Henry, Bridgewater, Kruger, Robinson, Gottis, Callaway, Lee, Perriman, Mosley, I don't know, Jenkins, Williams, Davis, Murray, McGovern, Colquitt, Harris, Brown, Pierre-Paul, Lancaster, Fox, Nimdici, Ifedi, Wilkinson, Mullins, and Gossett. Some of these guys are older veterans that I want coming in and filling in right away. And then some of these guys are young guys that I hope to develop. There are a couple cool storylines. Bradley Roby, Trevathan coming back to Denver. Aaron Lynch came from 49ers country. Never mind. Goss is coming back too. That would be pretty funny. McGovern. For some reason, all Austin Blythe is listed as a center now for some reason in week 13 when you load in. So you guys. So at the signings, we did get Howard, so he's going to be our Royce Freeman upgrade. Royce Freeman is going to want to get a contract soon. I don't want to pay him, as well as Howard is only a year older and 4 overall better already, so he's going to be cheaper, better, and just a little bit older, but oh well, we only need him for 5 years, and he has 5 years, so. Robinson, Hargraves, Ogba, Henry, Bridgewater actually signs, which is awesome. Robinson, Gastis, Mosley, Williams, Colquitt, Brown, Pierre-Paul, Affetti, and Wilkinson. Robinson is the only guy that we really paid. Bridgewater coming in is a nice deal right off bat. So that means we don't have to focus on Drew Lock anymore, and that puts off our QB needs for a year. Let's get into the draft. With this pick, we are going Jay Lynch, deep threat out of Louisville. He looks very good, and he did fall to us. He was the number 2 ranked player in the class, so apparently nobody needed him. We're going to take him. I was thinking about trying to trade down with the Dolphins and picking up 2 first, but I said if he falls to us, then I would probably take him, and I'm going to. He is a 77 with hidden dev, number 1 in the class. Wow, this is not a stacked class, so he's definitely looking real good right now. He's going to come in, be our number 2, next to Courtland Sutton. Okay, I know we're set at edge rusher, but this dude is too good to pass up on. He's top 5 in all combines. He has A- pursuit, B+ finesse, and B+ tackle. He's an early first-round talent, speed rusher out of Washington State. He just looks too good to pass up. I'm taking him with our second-round pick. He is a 77 with hidden, number 3 in the class. We took him at number 38. Let's go. With this pick, we are going Kerry Murphy. He looks like the best player available, and he does solve maybe a little bit of an issue, so hopefully he's okay. The bench press scares me, though. 66 normal. 77 in the class. We took him at 70. Whatever. With this pick, we are going Cortez Allen out of Baylor. He says late first-round grade. He's an early fifth round projected, so he's probably going to be in like the late second round in terms of overall, maybe mid-third. So we're going to take him now since we are in the late third. He's a 69 with normal, 31 in the class. We took him at 87. Yeah, see, that shows you how shallow the class is. He's 31 and he's a 69. So as we did have back-to-back picks, we're taking Jason Colvin out of Syracuse, power guard, whatever. 67 normal, number 75 in the class. We took him at 88. He'll probably be the starting center just because he is younger. With this trade, there's nobody left on my board that I even like really remotely want, so I'm trading a 4 and a 7 for a 4 of next year. Actually, there's one guy maybe. I know it's divisional opponents, but I just scrolled to a random team, clicked them, and then I'm trading my 4th of this year for their 4th of next year, the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm taking Jawan Shepard, speed rusher out of Penn State, DT. Let's see what he has. 69 normal. He can probably come in and start and maybe make a push for defense rookie of the year. So he's number 39 in the class. We took him at 163. I think it's well worth it. So with this trade, we are trading Todd Davis to the Green Bay Packers for a 3 of next year and a 7 of this year. There is actually one guy I want to take, and I kind of want to take him at Mr. Irrelevant if he's still there. So it's this guy, John Sweeney. He looks like a decent QB. Like, I understand he was projected undrafted, but he's scouted as a 6th-round guy, so I'm going to take him just for the hell of it. John Sweeney, 61, normal. It's whatever. He'll be our backup. With this trade, we are sending Ronald Leary to the Colts for a 2nd-round pick. We're dismantling this O-line. We're going to dismantle a lot of this team right now and clear up some major cap space for next year's free agency. With this trade, we're trading not Yohan Williams, that's the fucking wide receiver, Jawan James or whatever, and Garrett Boyles for Miami first. If I butcher any names, I really don't care, dude. Like somebody can butcher my name and I don't care. Like, just get over it. With this trade, we are trading Kareem Jackson for Jelani Tavai from the Detroit Lions and a 3 of next year. With this trade, we're trading away 2 other guys, Jeff Hireman and Drew Lock for his 2nd of next year and a random linebacker for cap reasons. Okay, so I was messing around a little bit trying to trade for somebody. I accidentally clicked on the wrong person, so I'm going to show you guys who I traded for. We traded Joel and Walker for Zadarius Smith straight up. Zadarius Smith is always easy to trade for. I don't know why. It's either him or Rashawn Gary, always, because they're both on the left side. I don't understand it. So I'm going to have to probably trade him or is Chubb costing us anything really right now? I have no clue. I'll have to see how much Zadarius is costing us right now as well. I have no clue. So we're changing up a little bit. Willie Henry, guy that I think we just signed either this year or last year, well, in free agency somewhere. And Jermonte Jones, both being traded to the Chicago Bears for a 2nd-round pick of next year. So Bradley Chubb's going to play some end for us in 3-4. I know he's a little undersized, but this is Madden, and it's Madden Sim. I don't give a fuck. With this trade, we're bringing in a backup strong safety in the name of Chuck Clark from the Baltimore Ravens. A 6 and a 7 gets it done. Okay, so finally got the depth chart done. I'm thinking this is season 2. I had to stop the recording and I had to go do some stuff. I had to go to work, all that fun stuff. We're not going to check the depth chart in here. Haven't recorded in a couple days, as you can see, as I still can't talk. I mean, I can't talk normally anyway, but O-line is absolutely terrible, but we'll address that hopefully next year. Tight end, Noah Fanton needs to ball out, as well as Jay Lynch. Tony Callaway's here. Our running backs are good. Our quarterback is okay for now, and Teddy Bridgewater. Clay Hand is actually going to be playing middle linebackers too. If he has star, hopefully he can just get upgraded really fast. He's also going to be playing a lot of positions on the team for us, as he will be playing a majority of snaps anytime one of our starters aren't in. So Hargraves is going to be the number 1 quarterback. Adam Gostis, Ashawn Robinson, and Bradley Chubb will be our defensive linemen, with JC and Pierre Paul, Jawan Shepard, and Cortez Allen all being the 3 main guys. Nothing really going on there. As I said, we're just going to give Jay Lynch as much tries as possible. Hopefully get him upgraded really fast. And then this is the specialist group. So let's get season, I think, number 2 underway. So we have some upgrades at the midseason mark. I didn't check the record yet. We have 2 breakout players, which would be pretty cool if we were playing 1 and 6. Cool. Philip Lindsay is a free agent. I know like 10 of these guys are going to be free agents just because of like depth players I signed. So Lindsay is actually going to get kicked back to number 2 running back. Howard's going to take over for the rest of the year. It's a bunch of backup linemen, backup safeties, Jake Butt, Burton Colquitt, Chuck Clark, Alexander Johnson, Brandon McManus, and Philip Lindsay. We're going to not re-sign any of these guys right now, just because. So Philip Lindsay is going to get moved to running back number 2. We are at the playoffs, and of course we did not make it. Just going to auto-upgrade everybody here real quick. Jay Lynch is a superstar, or did get superstar. In and out elite. Not seeing any upgrades, so he must have had it, which is always great to see. He's going to be a big key to this team. So yeah, Haven't checked the record yet, but we did not make the playoffs. Philip Lindsay went up to an 85, where Howard did not go up at all. Some of the O linemen, I think, are up. I think Dalton Reisner's playing down because of morale. Yeah. Courtland Sutton at an 84. Callaway at a 76. That's good to see. And Jay Lynch at a 81 with superstar. Defense, Clay Hand has star. He is getting auto upgraded to a outside backer though, so I think I should just move him to middle linebacker, which kind of sucks because then I don't think he's gonna win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Bryce Callahan's playing fine at free safety. Corners look okay. Bradley Chubb's up to an 84. A'Shawn Robinson's up to a 76. Jelani Devise up to a 74. Special teams, nothing special here. Let's check out stats real quick. We went 5-11, so we got 4 wins in the last couple games. Teddy Bridgewater, not a great year. I don't know if this is because of O-line issues or if this is because of... Sorry, that was my chair. I was moving around in it. I don't know if this is O-line issues, like I said, or if this is receiver issues. Jordan Howard had an okay year. Philip Lindsay had an okay year. Courtland Sutton had a great year. Jay Lynch had a great year. So as long as there's not QB, Jay Lynch should win Rookie of the Year. Middle of the O-line did better than I thought they would. Jelani Tavai had a good year. Clay Hand had a pretty decent year. Not getting any pressure on the QB whatsoever. Duke Dawson with 2 picks, Jelani Tavai, Chris Harris, Bryce Callahan, and Alexander Johnson, each with 1. Forced fumbles, a whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. 9. But we only got 3 of them, so I'm only counting 3. 3 blocked kicks. Wow. So our defense came to play, and 1 touchdown from Ogba. So he had a blocked kick, a forced fumble, a recovered fumble. Oh, was that all on the same play? Pretty sure that was all on the same play. That's funny. He probably he blocked a punt, picked it up and ran it. Like, that must be what happened. Yearly awards. No. Broncos in for MVP conversations. We're not going to be in Coach of the Year. No Offensive Player of the Year for us. Von Miller as well as nobody else. Jay Lynch at number 2 because there was a fucking quarterback, of course. And at 3 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's not fun. And Von Miller wins Best Linebacker of the Year. Other than that, don't really care. So our defense probably played insane. I don't really feel like checking, though. I will see you guys at the offseason. Yeah, so like I said, not re-signing anybody. Either A, they're old. B, they're backups. C, just don't want to pay them what they're asking. Like, Philip Lindsay would be cool, but, like, is he really the future, and do I really want to spend money on him? Like, if anything, I can sign him in free agency. So, see you guys at the free agency. Okay, so we're kind of going big. Now you may be saying, why are you going after Keanu Neal and John Johnson? You have Justin Simmons. Well, here's the thing. If I have all 3 of these guys, think about what I can do with 3 good safeties. Hell, John Johnson could play like a slot corner role on our team. Leonard Fournette, I'm giving a $550K contract. Justin Houston, Devin McCourty. Chibodi Awuzie, I'm going after. I really want him. I'm going after O.J. Howard. I'm pushing a little bit, but I don't know exactly how much I want to push with Noah Fant being there. Malcolm Jenkins, Carl Lawson, Tack McKinley, Ron Leary, Garyon Conley, Sidney Jones, Mike Pouncey, Greg Olson, John Ross, Jason McCourty, Tyus Bowser, Dean Lowry, Chuck Clark, John Felicio, Gerard Davis, Pete Church, Jake Butt, Cordell Patterson, and Ron Morton I am all going after for 550K contracts. So I'm willing to pay 4 guys. Sorry. I would only want 3 of these guys. I kind of want John Johnson a little bit more just because he is younger, but Keanu Neal does have superstar. So that's the big thing. But I think John Johnson would be a better fit next to Justin Simmons. So, I mean, it just really depends. And then Chibote Awuzie, next good corner coming to the Denver Broncos. And then O.J. Howard, 26 overall tight end. If we get him, Noah Fant's probably out of the building by next year or even the year after that. So, let's see what we can get. This is my first time looking at who we signed. So Devin McCourty and Greg Olsen did not sign. That's the first thing that I noticed. I forgot to sign a kicker. Oh, well. Will Lutz looked like he might still be in free agency by next year. Signings. We got Keanu. We got John Johnson. Chibote Awuzie. O.J. Howard. Tack McKinley. Jason McCourty. Dean Lowry. Gerard Davis. And Jake Butt. Tack McKinley is actually going to play right end for us. Like, he actually is. So, it's kind of weird. And we have 3 strong safeties. Oh, and Bryce Callahan's up to superstar for some reason. I noticed that too. When I was trying to sign Devin. He was up to superstar. I was like, oh, okay. So I think the biggest needs is definitely O-line or quarterback, I think. Yeah, O-line or quarterback. Middle linebacker could use an upgrade, but I think we're okay there for now. So, yeah. 3 good safeties. So Chris Harris might be out the door, as well as Jason McCourty. I know we just signed him, but he might be out the door. Chibote and probably either one of the strong safeties or Callahan's going to start this year. I don't know. Or we might just keep Harris. I don't know yet. I don't know what we're doing. I'll figure that out later. Let's get into the draft. With this trade, we're trading away Dean Lowry and Jermaine Ifedi for number 13 overall. I have about 6 guys on my board, and a lot of them are early second-round talent, so I'm trading for about mid to late first-round picks so that we can take those guys. So we are trading back in the draft, I guess you could say. We are trading our number 4 overall pick, Ogba and Tim Williams, for an 8 and 24 overall from the Dolphins. Okay, so Isaac Yadama, a 5 and a 6 of this year for a 1 of next year from the Vikings. I did not notice how big Isaac Yadama's cap hit is. Look at it. It's almost $8 million. Did I accidentally, re-sign him or something or do something? I don't think I did. Even if he has a big cap penalty, I don't care. I don't need him on the roster anymore. I don't want that $8 million just sitting there. So, yeah. With this trade, we are trading Preston Brown and Duke Dawson, both third stringers at best, and Duke Dawson probably like a 6th stringer, Preston Brown probably a 3rd stringer, maybe a 4th stringer at this point, so good trade for us. So with this trade, we're trading a 3 and a 4 of this year, and our QB from last year that we took a flyer on for number 15 from the Bears. With our first pick at number overall, we are taking Joe Walker. Just 4 with hit happy. 77 normal. I'll take that either way. Let's go. With this pick, we are taking a right guard with the name of Chris Ross, 6'6", 31, 21 years old, out of South Carolina. Looks like one of the best O-linemen in the class, and he's a 77 with hidden. Number 2 in the class. We took him at number 13. Time to take another guard. So just 1 pick later, well, 2 picks actually, we are taking Brennan Green. Looks like probably the 2nd best O-lineman in the class. Out of Iowa, 24 years old, 71 overall, with hidden. That kind of sucks, but he was 17 in the class. We took him at 15, so it's not as bad as it looks. We are taking a little bit of a flyer and hoping that the next guy on my board does not go pick 5 picks later. We're taking James Grove out of South Carolina, 24 years old, so he's a little bit older. At 205 pounds, he looks really good. Let's see what he has. 78 with normal. That is well worth it. Number 1 in the class and number 1 in your heart, baby. Let's take the next guy. With this pick, we are taking Courtney Marriott out of San Diego State, standing at 6'4", 227, 21 years old, strong arm QB. He is the best quarterback in the class, and he looks good. A- throw power, B+ throw accuracy, mid, and A+ throw power. Let's get it. He's a 74 with hidden, 8 in the class. We took him at 24. If he has superstar, we're making the playoffs, I think, this year. If not, then you never know. But he will start over Teddy Bridgewater, even though Teddy Bridgewater is a 76 overall. So we are trading away this second round pick at number 4 overall in the second round to the Cleveland Browns. Now you're probably wondering, why are you doing that? You might have somebody. I only have 2 guys left, and they're both guys I want. I haven't seen anybody that I want go off the board, so this has been a very good draft class for us. I'm trading away for next year's second round pick from the Cleveland Browns. They're the only one offering me a second round pick. Oh wait, they are as well. Shit. Okay, we're taking the Eagles. Never mind. Whatever. We traded down. Whatever. Let's head into the 3rd and 4th rounds. With this trade, we are trading with the Baltimore Ravens for a pick next year. I just don't need this pick. Time to go into the 4th round. Okay, so it's time to take the 2 guys I want. These are the 2 guys I want. They look incredible for the rounds that they're projected to go. This is why I didn't take an offensive tackle at number 4, is because this guy I think could be a 71 or a 72 overall. And if he is, even if he's like a 69 with hidden, that could even be even better. Let's take him. Devontae O'Neal, 69 overall, normal, number 36 in the class. We took him at 100. Time to take the next guy. I think the linebacker will probably be a 69, 70 maybe. Hopefully he has a different. With this pick, we are taking Matthew Olson out of San Jose State. Oh, that's San Jose, not San Diego. I was like, wait, isn't this the teammate of the quarterback? No. He is a 68 with normal. That's fine with me. He looks fine enough. He looks fine enough to be. He's a second round talent, and we took him in the 4th. I'm fine with that. With this pick, we are taking David LeClaire as a flyer in the 5th round. I don't really feel like trading it down, so we're just going to take him. He is a 70 overall, normal, number 30 in the class. We took him at number 139, 23 years old, 344 pounds, standing at 6'5". That's okay with me as well. So sitting here at the draft recap, this was one of my better overall drafts. It really was. At first I thought the right tackle and the middle linebacker went up because I looked at their overall, not their. I mean, I looked at their awareness, not their overall. So I was like, oh, they went up to 70s. How? Joe Walker, Chris Ross, Brennan Green, James Grove, and Courtney Marriott round out our first round talent. The only problem is if you came back 4 years from now in this rebuild, so this should be what? This is the end of the second year, so a year after we're going to end the rebuild, these guys would all be up for contracts, which would be a problem. But that's okay. Devontae O'Neal is going to start. I think we're going to trade Dalton Reisner because I don't think he has I think he's like 26 or 27, and I don't think he has a star development or better, so I think we're going to trade him. David LeClaire will probably start at center, as he does have the best power, and what looks to be he actually has decent mobility, but oh well. I'll figure it out later. This is a very good draft class. I would love to jump in and see what their development traits are, but I'm not going to do that for the sake of the rebuild. Looking at the class, it did not look that stacked. Antoine Cobb was a linebacker that I wanted, but he went way too high for me to even consider trying to go after him. Akeem Williamson was the tackle I wanted out of Boston College. Where was the other tackle? D'Angelo Palmer, 73 overall. Wow. Glad I didn't take him either. Do these guys have dev traits? Yeah, Akeem Williamson did. But he went one pick before I even had a chance at him after we traded the 4th pick away, so I'm fine with that. A fullback, 72 overall, went in the 7th round. Nice. We're going big. Deshaun Hamilton and Vernon Hargreaves, and a second for Alvin Kamara of the New Orleans Saints. We need that belt. We need that guy that can come in and put up good numbers and can take the heat off of our rookie QB. And I think Alvin Kamara is just the type of guy that can do it. With Chris Harris basically being our 4th corner, unless we don't feel like starting the rookie, but there's no point in not starting the rookie. Deshaun Hamilton being the 6th corner. Like, Hargreaves is the 5th corner. Deshaun Hamilton is the 6th wide receiver. And that 2nd round pick hopefully will be either at least middle of the road or late round. So, let's get it going. So I know this is a little bit cheese. Chris Hubbard I just signed as a backup right tackle, but the Bengals want him. Royce Freeman is coming off contract, and Bryce Callahan. I want to ship him out before it's like, oh, you need to pay him or let him walk. I don't really want to let him walk. That's not the type of thing I do. But if Geno Atkins is coming off contract this year, I wouldn't mind letting him walk. He's a 1-year rental, hopefully, or Joe Mixon is, either way. So let's go. With this trade, we're trading 2 more backups away, JPP and Troy Fumagalli, for a 1st round pick from the Baltimore Ravens of next year. So, looking at the depth chart for season, I think number 3, offensive line is coming together okay now. Hopefully our rookies can step up, as all 5 rookies are across the board. O.J. Howard coming in from free agency. Hopefully he can make a big impact this year. Courtney Marriott, our new starting rookie quarterback. Alvin Kamara and Joe Mixon are our new starting running backs. Jordan Howard will be playing fullback in replace of Andy Yanovic. Wide receiving core is basically the same thing as last year, except for Robert Foster at number 6 this year. I am opting to start Hand and Olsen over Tavai and Davis. Hopefully if Olsen has a good enough year, he gets upgraded to star. And Hand might be moving inside next year. I just have to remember not to auto-upgrade. Chris Harris is going to be playing a lot of backup roles this year, as Shibodi Awuzie and Justin Simmons will take over those starting roles on cornerback. Tack McKinley in there at right end. We do have an undersized line with McKinley and Chubb, but that is okay for us. Damn, I'm wondering if I should move Smith down to end instead. I don't know. If I do, I will show you guys. Other than that, let's go to special teams. 2 rookie, just random guys. This is what the specialists look like as well. Grove is going to start over Chris Harris just for the fact of I want him to maybe get star if he does. So we're going to see if we can get him involved enough to maybe get a defensive rookie of the year vote. I will see you guys at the midway mark. At the midseason mark, I was scared that we were the 1-6 team. We are not. We're not the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're 4-3. So it's not terrible. I'm not going to auto upgrade because of Clay Hand. So I'll probably have to go in and upgrade him. Everybody else I should be okay on, right? Yeah, I should be. Just going to do pass coverage with him. Which is fine with me, because I want him to be one of our starting middle linebackers next year. Players to negotiate with. We have Von Miller, Courtland Sutton, Bradley Chubb, and that is it. So we can maybe bring most of these guys back. I'm going to bring back Von Miller, but I don't want to get stuck in a sticky situation. So I'm going to offer him this to start off. But he doesn't like that. Bradley Chubb, we need to bring back. Do a 7-year deal worth that. He's happy to sign. Get him back in. Courtland Sutton will put on a 7-year deal as well for $9.8 a year, and he is back as well. So I need both them to ball out this year now that they have contracts as well. Just hopefully the rookie quarterback's playing fine enough. We are second in the division behind the 6-1 Raiders, and Kansas City Chiefs are right on our tail at 3-5, but the Chargers are no problem for us. We need to make the playoffs this year. This is year 3. We need to make the playoffs. Let's go. So we do end up making the playoffs. Holy shit. We went 11-5 and came back and beat the shit out of the Raiders. David LeClaire did apparently good. I gotta look for Clay Hand so that he doesn't auto upgrade with the rest of them. Just gonna go into run stopper this time. +3 block setting, +2 something. I don't know. Wasn't really looking. Gonna auto upgrade the rest. Spend some coach XP. Then we'll look at stats and the schedule so that I can show you guys that I did not force any wins. Let's go O-line training boost, linebacker training boost, D-back training boost. Let's go ahead and take a look at these stats. How did we go 11-5 after? So Courtney Marriott did not have the greatest years, but apparently Kamara must have. If we were 5th offense. So yeah, he had about a better year than Teddy Bridgewater did last year, but he is a rookie, so that's to be expected. Alvin Kamara went off. Him and Joe Mixon. Holy shit. They probably made the line look a lot better than they are. They were good. Like, that's all that really needs to be said. Antonio Callaway had a good year. What the fuck? Courtland Sutton. Jay Lynch did not have a great year. O.J. Howard had an okay year. So yeah, receiving was not there. Sacks were down across the board, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. Clay Hand had a good year. Von Miller apparently had a good year, as well as Tack McKinley, Bradley Chubb, and Geno Atkins all had good years. Interceptions, 4 for Justin Simmons, 2 for Smith, 2 for Grove, 2 for John Johnson, 1 for McKinley, 1 for Hand, 1 for Harris, 1 for Neal, and 1 for Awuzie. What a year. Fumbles, not as many, but we still did get a grand total of 5. 1 from Simmons, Grove, McKinley, Awuzie, and Chubb. We recovered 4. It's better than last year. Block kicks, we had 1. Safeties, we had none. And touchdowns, we had 1 from Keanu Neal. Keanu Neal did fucking everything. He had a pick. He had a block and a touchdown. If we were playing the games, he probably would have had like 2 or 3 forced fumbles. Garrett Ellington did good. So he was definitely well worth it. Wyatt Batten did good enough for his overall. Nothing special happened on the return game. We were 5th offensively in yards, 16th defensively in yards, 3rd in points scored, and 4th in points allowed. So we were very good in scoring and not letting the other team score. Trubisky is, of course, an MVP conversation after he leaves the Bears. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, we have Kamara in at number 8. Defensive Player of the Year, we had Von Miller in the runnings. Courtney Marriott wins Rookie of the Year for us, which is always great to see. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Matthew Olson and James Grove at number 2. I don't know which one I would have rather wanted winning that. Kamara wins Best Running Back. Von Miller wins Best Linebacker. But other than that, we did not win another position. There was probably a couple players in those runnings, but I did not feel like looking that far. I'm going to show you guys the schedule so that you guys can see that I did not force any wins. As a comeback like that in the later half of the season is always suspicious. So we went 2-3 within our first 5 weeks, and then we just turned it on. Lost the Chiefs and lost it. Really? You guys probably lost like the 0-8 Chargers. Good job. Like we could have been 12-4, and we probably could have gotten a playoff berth. Like we could have missed the first round. We're not going to hop into this game. If we make it to the AFC Conference Championship, we might. We do make it past the Raiders, 24-17. We're going to auto upgrade as long as my guy Clay Hand isn't in here. Gonna simulate the Texans game as well. We probably lost. We did, as practice squad players were signed. But that is fine with me. Making the playoffs in year 3 is always a great sign. Let's head to the offseason. Let's have another big year. As the Cleveland Browns beat the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl, Von Miller is the only guy that we need to bring back. Matthew Olson and Courtney Marriott both have skill points to be upgraded upon themselves. Von Miller, only guy that we need to bring back. Rest are backups or older veterans at this point. I'm just gonna bump this up all by like a milli, because I won't really need the money all that much. I think we might need a middle linebacker if I really want to get one done, or a right tackle. Wide receiver could be cool. So we have a little bit of money to spend. See, and somebody tried to complain to me about how I did the 550K contracts. This is why. I have a bunch of those guys on 550K contracts, and now I have a bunch of money to spend in year 4, and my team looks pretty good, to be honest. Okay, so apparently we don't have any money because of our draft capital. Brian Bulaga would have been cool for like a year or two. I'm not really seeing anybody that I would have desperately wanted and needed. I'm not really seeing anybody, to be honest. I'm really not. Like, yeah, sure, some of these guys as backups, maybe, somewhere around there, I guess. But, like, at the same time, most of these guys, Mike Pouncey would be cool for a year or whatever, but, like, I'm not seeing anybody. Yeah, so if I do try to make any moves to try to open up some cap space, it will definitely be for Mike Pouncey and Brian Bulaga as like 1-year guys. I'm not seeing anybody that I desperately need. So I'll let you guys know if we do try to sign anybody as well. It's Courtney Marriott only has star. Damn. So we are only going after one guy. I managed to clear just enough by letting go players. I mostly let go of like practice squad players, and I let go of like Justin Hollins, our third string right outside linebacker that you haven't seen since the beginning of the rebuild. So we're going to go after Bulaga on the 550K contract. So I had a little less money than I thought. A lot of it went towards draft capital. So Brian Bulaga hopefully will be like a 1 or 2 year guy for us that can come in and play right tackle, unless there's a good one in the draft. So we did end up getting Bulaga, so hopefully, this can help us in next year's playoff hunt. With this trade, I'm trading the number 1 overall pick. I don't know how we got it. It must have been from a trade last year to the Pittsburgh Steelers for their 1 and their 2 of this year and a 1 of next year. With the number 4 pick, we are taking a wide receiver to complement not only Courtland Sutton, but Jay Lynch. Joey Meadows, 6'2", deep threat out of Washington. 22 years old. Let's see what he has. He is a 76 hidden, number 5 in the class. We took him at number 4. Hopefully the next guy we take is the number 4 or higher person in the class. With this trade, we are trading a first and 2 seconds. There's not a whole ton of talent in this class. There are linemen that say they're in the first round, but that means they're like 70 with normal probably. But I want this guy right now. With this pick, we are taking a center by the name of Garrison Dockery out of Alabama. Power, 22 years old, 6'2", 310. He looks like a beast. He's only second in the 40-yard dash, which isn't that big of a deal for centers. Let's see what he has. He is a 72 normal. That is the biggest draft bust I think I've ever had. Like, besides, like, looking at the numbers on the left, that is the biggest draft bust I've ever had. He looked so good. He had, like, 1A, 2 B pluses, I'm pretty sure. And he had an amazing combine. How is he... Whatever. A second, a third, and Jelani Tavai gets me the number 1 pick from the Green Bay Packers. With this pick, we're basically taking the same player from Notre Dame that we just took to center. He looks incredible. He does, but what the fuck do I know? Orlando Chamberlain, 78, normal. He's going to be our right tackle of the future. Number 1 in the class. Let's go. With this trade, we are trading 2 more 2s and a 3 to go up into pick 19. With this pick, we are taking a left guard of the name Antoine Hood, 6'6", 337, 22 years old, out of Texas A&M. He looks good. Probably a bust, let's be real. 76 hidden. He's going to be our center. Fuck whoever we took at center. I want to take this guy, Conrad Jackson, out of Central Michigan, just for shits and giggles. He's 23, strong arm. Let's see what he has. He's a 68 normal. It was a shot in the dark. I don't really care all that much. If anything, we'll trade him away, take the penalty now, and move on with our lives. With this trade, we are trading away our 3rd and our 5th for a 3 of next year from the Seahawks. With this pick, we're taking Jeremy Donnell, 70 overall, normal, number 30 in the class. We took him at 118, I think it said. We're just going to take another guy real quick. I'm not going to cut this clip out, this part out. It's going to be another offensive lineman. See if he has a development trait or not. Eric Cox. Bang, 70, normal, 29 in the class. We took him at 124. That is the end of the draft for us. Kind of a disappointing one at pick number 5, but overall it was a very good draft. So looking at the draft recap, I'm happy I picked Joey Meadows and Orlando Chamberlain, as they were both highlights of the draft, and they will be key cornerstone players for us. Antoine Hood was another amazing pick, but Garrison Dockery was not. Conrad Jackson was just like a kind of shot in the dark for all I care. Didn't pay off. If I want to, I can keep him and trade Teddy B away for maybe a linebacker, as well as maybe Dockery or somebody on our team. I don't know. But overall, the 3 players that ended up being good for us are the players that we needed. We needed an interior offensive lineman. We needed a tackle, and we needed kind of a wide receiver. I just don't think Antonio Callaway is going to get the job done, and I want something to happen now. Joey Meadows will give us that. So let's keep it moving. With this trade, we're bringing in a familiar face in Jerome Baker. Dalton Reisner's the backup, and he's on a contract year. Zadarius Smith in a 6 and a 7. Give me a first of next year from the Vikings. You're probably thinking, why are you giving up an 85 overall for a future pick that you're not even going to use in this rebuild? Well, Zadarius Smith is 29, and he's probably dropping to an 80 after this year. I'm going to be completely honest. And he's on a contract year. Ipso facto, I don't want him anymore. And it clears off 12 mil, no penalty. So, because we traded for him, so there's no penalty, which is awesome. So, okay, I did not expect this to go through, but Jawan Shepard and Elijah Wilkinson for Christian Wilkins, and Ray Spellman, some random D tackle. I'll take it. With this trade, we're getting rid of one of our key free agent signings in the first year, Ashawn Robinson, and 2 firsts. These are 2 picks that could be high overalls, but I want Devin Bush. I think he's the key to our success, and Clay Hand will be moving back to right outside linebacker now. Chris Harris and Gerard Davis for Aldrich Rosas, good kicker, bring him in, and a first-round pick of next year, building back up that draft capital. Chris Harris is coming off contract. Gerard Davis, I don't really want, because I do have Matthew Olson, Devin Bush, and Jerome Baker now. So I know it seems like we trade for him in every rebuild, but there's a reason. He's easy to trade for. Khalil Mack is coming to the Denver Broncos to team up with Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, and Tack McKinley. Just imagine if you had 4 guys rushing you, and Tack McKinley is the least of your worries right then. Takk McKinley is the least of your worries. And he's one-on-one against probably your worst offensive lineman. Teddy Bridgewater, I just don't want him anymore. He's backup. He doesn't serve any purpose. He's probably just going to start regressing. Andy Inovic, we can start a running back in that position because it doesn't really matter about fullbacks in simulation. It's not like it calculates each of your stats and says, oh, he has 78 run blocking, so the running back's going to get 0.2 yards more than what he would if a running back was in or something. At least I don't think so. So, Khalil Mack, going to play right outside linebacker for us for a year or two until Von Miller decides to retire or just leaves us.